Are we live? Cool beans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gonna give it another second to just kind of settle in here. Welcome to session 6 of the Inner Creator Coaching. Wow. We've been here 6 weeks in a row. I just want to give a shout out to myself for showing up for me because going through this has really helped me to unpack and has uplifted and enlightened me in my own experience. And I've definitely found my own clarity through this work. And I'm looking forward to offering this service to you all. I wanted to go through it myself first so that I could really get a sense of the experience in order with the structure, with the questions, with the self work. Um, so I will be opening slots for coaching. My idea right now is to only take on 4 clients at a time. So it's going to be very limited, exclusive, because this is like an emotionally taxing, emotionally giving service. So I want to make sure that I can show up and be of service to the fullest capacity. So this will be a pretty exclusive offering, only 4 people per like quarter because it is a 6 week situation. So it's about 2 months. So starting November, if you start November, we'll be done around January or the end of December, and then that will be like the set. So November and December will be like the availability for the upcoming months. And if you want to book now and start in January, that also works too. But we can get more into that a little bit later. If you're just happening to watch this on the YouTube or on a replay with the ATVA group or just somewhere on Facebook, hello, my name is Anjulique, also known as Anjulique the artist. I am an expressionist artist, a spiritual life coach, and a youth mental wellness advocate. And this service that I offer, Inner Creator Connection Coaching, is to support creative entrepreneurs and teens with creating a more authentic life without the blame, shame, or the guilt. This coaching process is one that I found myself going through like a hodgepodge, a collection of other coaching, mentoring, books, resources, videos, content. I found myself going through this process because I was not always Anjulique the artist. I was Anjulique struggling just to make it by, just to survive. And when I say survive, I mean survival at the very bare minimum. And I just had a very powerful breakthrough recently where I realized that we, especially as Black women, have a tendency to have this very fierce independence where we feel like we have to struggle on our own, where we feel like hardship is what we are destined for, what we deserve, because that's how you make life work. It's just going through the hardship and struggling every day. Have you ever found yourself in a space where, whether you're a Black woman or not, have you ever found yourself in a space where you were that kind of independent, where you felt like you were just surviving at the bare minimum because that's what you deserved? That was definitely me. And through my personal development practice, through my spiritual development practice, I have come to understand that that is a mindset, that is a programming, and that it's actually detaching me from the connection that I have to the creator of the universe. that lives within me, that I am made in the image and likeness of. And through my development of my spirit and my mind and my paradigms, I've been able to find a greater sense of peace and authenticity to create a life that I desire to live. A life where I am not afraid to be interdependent, where I'm not afraid to collaborate because I feel like people are going to take advantage of me or belittle me, or where I think that I am just meant to survive and not thrive and not create and not expand and grow and live in abundance. Because I am, you are, we are absolutely created to live in abundance and live in a life that is desirable for us, that is satisfying, that fulfills us. We are all created with something specific, a gift, a talent, an understanding and wisdom that we are meant to share with others and be compensated for offering that value that is innately within us that we can create. And so this process goes through 6 weeks of unpacking and awareness to help you, to help me, that has helped me have a better understanding of that connection that we have to our inner creator. So the first week we started off by saying, hey, guess what? We are connected to an inner creator. And you can't be disconnected because you're created connected. And then the second week we talked about what separation we are imagining, what attachments we have built into our external world with external individuals and circumstances and situations that are distracting us from the connection that is already within us. So we're creating a separation and saying, that over there is where I get my resources from. That is where I create my life. That is where I am safe and secure. But really, all of that comes from within us. All of that comes from within us. So we talked about week 2, what separation are we imagining? Because the human imagination is powerful. And then in week 3, we talked about creating a clearer connection through release. So we're releasing the attachment to these external expectations, relationships, circumstances, situations, obligations, labels. Releasing that, cleaning off our windshield so we can really see, oh, I'm created connected. I am connected. I am the creator. And we can have a better understanding of that connection in our inner power. And then week 4, we talked about strengthening our connection through personal practice, because we spent all this time being separated, being entangled in external circumstances, and we've been putting all of our focus and energy outside of ourselves. Now we are building a personal practice to strengthen our personal connection with our inner creator, with our personal power. And then week 5, last week, we talked about celebrating ourselves for having a conscious connection, celebrating ourselves for being consistent, because consistency is so important when you're building that connection, doing those practices to enhance that connection. Consistency is so important if you want to see the results. Okay? And so we celebrate ourselves so that we can continue to be consistent, because what gets celebrated gets repeated. So we celebrate ourselves, we get that positive reinforcement going, and we acknowledge that we are creating a conscious connection to the power that is in us, the inner creator power that is within us. And this week, we're going to access our inner creator calling through stillness. What is your inner creator calling you to bring to life, to build, to share, to add, contribute, create? What is your inner creator calling you to create? For myself, I have a practice of meditation and daily devotion that I am so in love with, that I find so much peace and satisfaction from. And it allows me to stay grounded in understanding that I am here for a purpose, that I am here, for a reason. Because there was a time in my life where I felt like my life was nothing. I felt like I was just here to work at all of these different jobs, be in these different friendships, relationships, and just give, and not expect to receive or to take my life in any higher step. And I was like, this is nothing. I would rather be in the nothingness. I would rather unalive myself. But then the divine intervened and let me know that there was greater for me, that there was a calling on my life that was meant to serve through my art, through my listening, through my love, through my holding space, that those are gifts that the world needs, that my gifts would make room for me, that my gifts would help to create a more loving, compassionate, caring world, would help to create more peace in the world by helping other people find inner peace, as I was able to find inner peace through my process, through my journey, through my healing. And I was only really able to get to that once I recognized I was connected, once I released my attachments, once I began building a personal practice, and once I was able to really sit in the stillness of that personal practice and hear that small whisper and feel that sensation of love and gratitude and envision myself being in action in the world, and understand that I have all that I need to be in action of that, with that. When we are aligned, authentic, when we are in an aligned, authentic space, we take action and make decisions that elevate our lives. Once we trust that we know who we are and what we desire for our lives, we create a life we truly desire to live, where we wake up with purpose, where we move with intention. It's powerful. When our windshield is clean and our soil is nurtured, we see the road ahead of us in our soil, and the seeds in that begin to blossom. The universe is always looking for opportunities to communicate the next step to our desires. It's often said that the universal energy is the best personal assistant anyone could ever have, ask, or hire. We don't often appreciate or recognize that when our energy is more aligned with avoiding than it is with creating, that we're not taking full advantage of the power of that assistant that is the universal energy. That's why being in tune with your inner creator, with the inner creator, is so important. When we are connected to that power and open up our imagination, more resources are made available. More opportunities come to us. More genuine connections are made that help us make our vision a reality. And one of the most powerful ways to open up our imagination and tap into that vision is through stillness. This allows the inspiration to flow to us and through us freely, without blame, shame, guilt, or judgment. It allows us to be an open vessel and allows us to move with love and navigate with confidence and clarity and certainty. So I want to ask, what is your experience with practicing stillness? And before I tap into my own experience and we tap into this meditative moment, I want to remind you that when you book your coaching session with me, this is a confidential conversation. This is a safe space sharing. Yes, I am here on the internet, being an open book, sharing my experience, being vulnerable with you, because that is how I love to share with people. That is how I'm called to share and help others navigate their experiences, through sharing my experience. However, as a certified coach, it is within my ethics to hold your space sacred and confidential. So I will not be sharing any part of your story or your shares or sharing your experience. However, if you would like to share anything from your experience that you found was enlightening or inspiring, or you felt was a breakthrough for you, you have full free range to do so. But I will remain confidential with our conversation, and I will not be sharing your identity or your experience. So for me, practicing stillness, as I mentioned, I have a devotion that I do. I have a personal practice of meditation and prayer in the morning that is really powerful for me. And something that was brought up this weekend during a church service was how God, the Creator, has built us with these pleasure centers in the mind and in the body, and that there are specific ways that we are designed to enjoy that pleasure. And oftentimes the world can deceive us into thinking that drugs or alcohol or sex or various types of entertainment that are not actually life-giving, they're actually life-draining, and they promote anxiety and they promote violence and they promote fear. We can get so attached to those and draw our pleasure from that that we don't realize that just sitting in stillness, feeling that peace and that love and that grace that comes from the divine, that is pleasurable. And that we're built to enjoy sitting in stillness. So many people in the world are afraid, absolutely terrified to sit and be with themselves. And it's because we've been attached to be addicted. We've been conditioned. Focus. We've been conditioned to be addicted to all of these external circumstances, to being busy, to always talking, to not accessing our feelings, not accessing our stillness, not finding a place of calm. Because if you're calm, that means you're bored, that means you're useless, that means you're alone. We're so busy trying to run away from loneliness that we don't want to sit with ourselves. Have you ever been there? I was definitely there. And once I learned to really enjoy sitting in my stillness, I get so much pleasure. So much pleasure out of just sitting and meditating. You know, some people will say, you only need to meditate for 15 minutes. Some people say you only need to, I heard recently, Tina, she said 30-second meditation. I was like, that is not enough. And not because it's not enough to bring forward a result in your life. I very much believe in those 17-second intense focus sessions just to plant those seeds. But I love to just sit in meditation and sit in the silence. It brings me so much joy and peace to just breathe and enjoy the reverence and the peace. It just brings me so much joy and delight to be in that space. And I could be in it hours and hours. And, you know, that song is like, so hours and hours. And in any case, I'm not going to try to sing it. But it's like I could talk to you for hours and hours, be on the phone with you for hours and hours. That's how I feel about my meditation practice. And I am in the process of building itinerary and venue and all of the access that we can create, so I can create a space for us to retreat and not have any of our technologies or any distractions, just be out in nature and just sit and meditate in the stillness. And I want to invite the people who feel like that is something that they just could not ever do. I want to invite them to do that too, because it's powerful. It's so powerful. It's so beautiful. So that's my experience with practicing stillness. I would love to hear your experience with practicing stillness. Definitely let me know in the comments of this, or email me at anjuliqueart@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram at ADC_life coaching. Let me know what your experience with stillness is. And to kind of fold into the session, we're going to be doing a meditation with this session. So for now, since it's just me, I want to kind of guide you through it and just allow us to take this time of stillness together, hold the space together. So yeah, we're going to do some box breathing. It's 4 counts in, 4 count hold, 4 count release, 4 count rest. So it's in, hold, release, rest, in, hold, release, rest. We're going to do that 3 times, okay? Just kind of loosen up, get your shoulders, recognize any tension in your body, shaking out, squeeze, and release. And we're going to begin with the inhale. 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. And now breathe normally. If you find that your eyes have gently shut, just allow them to remain shut. And if you kept your eyes open during that time, during the breathing, then go ahead and gently let them fall and rest. And allow the calm of acknowledging your breath and connecting to your breath to wash over you, head to toe, sense of peace and stillness. And I want to invite you to mentally visualize sitting in an open space, whatever that looks like for you. It can be a plain of grass. It can be an expanse of desert. It can be on the top of a mountain. It can be sitting or floating in the middle of the ocean. Visualize yourself in an open space. Recognize the stillness, the peace, allow your energy to radiate out. Without the blockage of other objects or other individuals. You are here. You are here. Allow the gentle breeze, the natural currents of air to brush past your skin. And fill your lungs. And carry your breath away to bring you fresh air. sitting in the stillness, floating in the stillness. And start your attention at the very top of your head and allow it to warm and begin drifting that attention down around your body, around your scalp, around your head, around your shoulders, down your arms and your chest and your back and your tummy and your waist and your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Allow that warm awareness to fully envelop you. With love and peace. This is the stillness that is you. This is you spending time with your inner creator. And gently ask yourself, who do I want to be? What do I wish to create? What sort of expression is most satisfying to me? And allow the ideas to just wash through you. Spark your heart with joy. And if any tension or fear or doubt comes up, let it pass by like a cloud. Say, I see you, fear. I see you, doubt. I see you, previous experiences. And I let you pass away. Acknowledge that those are not your creation. That is not what your inner creator is calling you to. You were given the vision, the idea. The fear is just an imagining. The experiences are just previous moments that you have lived. the vision that you're being called to is fully within your capability and capacity to bring forth. It was given to you for a specific reason, because you have those specific gifts, talents, attributes. And in this stillness, there's nothing stopping you from being who you want to be, creating what you want to create, and living in a life that satisfies you. So we're going to breathe in, hold, exhale, rest, breathe in, hold, exhale, rest, breathe in, hold, exhale, rest. Begin to breathe normally. Slowly open your eyes. I'm not sure what came up for you, because that vision is uniquely yours to create. And you have that power within you to create it. That I definitely know, because I have lived it and I have witnessed it. And if it's possible for one of us, human beings, it is possible for each of us. The self-work for this session that I want to share with you is to take time in your day each morning to hold 5 minutes of stillness for yourself. And if you must, wake up a little bit earlier. Honor the relationship with your inner creator. Build a relationship with your inner creator, because it's already there. And it's calling you to create, to give, to serve, to experience abundance and joy and peace and prosperity, free from the blame, shame, and guilt. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Again, if you are a creative entrepreneur who is looking to put a new, authentic lens on your life, on your business, reach out. Reach out. You are not in this alone. You are not in this alone. And I also want to share the visualization activity in case you would like to try that. There's something that we'll go through during the session while we're having the conversation portion. And that is to, the one for this session is to free flow and mandala as we sit in stillness, in conversation, and allow the inspiration to flow freely through you. Beautiful journey. I'm grateful if you have started from the beginning and watched all the way through. I'm grateful if you just watched this one. Let me know how it has served you. And all of the steps are listed on my website as well, anjulique.com/services. You can check out that and let me know if you go through this process independently and how it served you and what it brought forward for you. So yeah, beloved, you are in the right place at the right time to begin creating the life that you desire to live. Now it's just up to you to take the accountability for taking the action to bring that to life. And again, if you need support, reach out. I am here and I'm rooting for you. Namaste.